Namaste, angels. I'm so late and so sorry, but I mean that means it's been a good day, right? For me, I could have had this reading done. I could have done it last night. I could have done it this morning. I've been up since 6:30. I don't know why I didn't. As a matter of fact, I sat here to do it at exactly 2:22. I had been nudged to do it, and something happened. Oh, I think I ended up on the phone or something. So I don't know. I apologize. Like I said, didn't go up. It'll go up. You'll have it for the 22nd, and to help you from there on. I'm using a couple of decks here, beginning with the Twin Flame Oracle and the Observe card. Well, they're going to let me actually show you. So somebody may be checking in on your social media, right? Doing a little bit of spying, investigating, watching, checking out, or people could be meeting maybe online, online dating, new relationships coming about that way. Social media, fascination, curiosity, watching from a distance. The next card is regret. It's upside down with the, what is this called? I think it's called the Modern Love. I thought I had the box. I don't see it. I thought I had the box near me. I think this is called the Modern Love Tarot, and it's the Four of Swords. So somebody could be planning a vacation, not actually leaving yet, or wanting to go on vacation. If we see the Six of Swords, then that'll be an indication of people actually taking off. And it could be a romantic vacation. Look, she's in this heart-shaped, you know, beach thingy. So maybe she's going with a love interest or a mate, right? They're going to take a break together. The next card here is the Knight of Swords, and it's in reverse. Now I'm getting a message about this Knight of Swords, but I will mention that in a moment. Um, with the After the Tarot, we have the Nine of Cups. And you see, not only has this guy, been blessed with abundance and what he wanted and opulence and everything, he's sharing, it looks like. Um, there's two people there. And then behind it, also upright, is the King of Swords. This could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. My guess would be most likely a Gemini because Mars, which rules the sign of Aries, where the new moon is located in Gemini and has been for a while. Will be through the 25th, and then it moves into Cancer. This can also be about new beginnings and clarity and truth that is coming to your situations, communication coming to your situations because of this new moon. And we have also the Ace of Pentacles behind that king. This is also a sign of new beginnings and maybe something in the material area or something having to do with the earthly, and selecting the material and money and relationships could be tied up in this Ace of Pentacles, new energy. Maybe because, like I said, somebody has prayed for something, hoped for something, manifested something, and requires some sort of truth and clarity to come to the situation in order for the new start. There maybe had been some fighting previously, conflict, and the parties no longer want to fight. They'd rather work together, maybe build something at this point. Somebody could even be getting an apology with the Page of Pentacles here. Or again, some sort of offer, a new job, um, something in the material. So if it's a romantic offer, maybe a gift, or like I said, an apology. This could be some money coming in, receiving some sort of notice, maybe with the King of Swords. He sometimes for me is like a lawyer or some other kind of professional. So maybe you're being granted something through some sort of contract that the Ace of Pentacles represents. Something monetary, something material. I mean, I could go on for days. The next card is in reverse. It's the Star. So we started with the Nine of um, Cups, which is a card of wish fulfillment. But I mean, this is the real card of wish fulfillment. It's the Star. And when the Star is reversed, it can be about surprises, something unexpected happening. in a positive way. The next card after that is the Lovers. The next card of that after that is the World. I mean, some really, really special. And then the Page of Cups. Like I said, I could keep on going. Then we got another Four of Swords in this deck too. Right, so we just could keep on going forever, but really positive energy here. Then I have one last deck, and then that one we're beginning with the Queen of Swords. So we got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and like I said, the Lovers was revealed too. So this could be something about not only a couple, but maybe a divine partnership, a divine union, soulmates or something. Because we have both the King and Queen. Here come the angels. There they go. They don't want me to show you the Queen of Swords? I don't know. This is from the Before the Tarot deck. And you see her sword is down and she's being handed her crown. So maybe she's previously used her sword and it's like, okay, now put your crown back on and, no more fighting. We're at peace now. So, she looks very calm, like she does not want to fight anymore either. She's not even ready. So somebody, came at her right now. She wouldn't be ready to attack. She's vulnerable. Behind that is the Two of Wands. So she could be working on manifesting something. This is the card of faith. Actually, I heard several times today that song Torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. So I don't know. I, I think this Queen of Swords still has some faith, but somebody could be feeling sort of weary. But the Two of Wands is about faith in your manifestations, like believing that they're going to come to pass, believing that the world is really in your hands and you can do anything you want. You have all the resources and ability to do whatever you want, make it happen, make your reality, your dreams become your reality. Two of Wands is also the twin flame or divine union card of the tarot. And um, it can be a card of balance and partnership and also something unexpected coming in. And behind that, we have yet another Page of Pentacles. There we go. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy there, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. So those are the four decks. Um, let's use three of them to do the spread from the divine masculine perspective. And then if we want to clarify something, we'll use the twin flame oracle and see how that works. Oh, I have this other one too. The Kipper cards. And mature man is the beginning card. And underneath that, official person upright, expectation, community, sudden wealth. But then we got despair, imprisonment, false person, wealthy man, message, coffin. Something coming to an end. And when you release whatever this thing is that's been keeping this guy down, okay, when he lets go of whatever that is, whatever's been making him feel imprisoned, whatever's been causing him to overthink, whatever's been making him feel trapped and stuck, when he lets that thing go, his abundance flow is going to open up. And it seems that somebody has an expectation, somebody's waiting for him to make that decision to let something go, maybe to be made an official person in his life, or they're waiting for an official person to make some sort of decision or something. And that's going to cause growth in him, and he will become a mature man. All right, so we use the Kipper cards and the Twin Flame Oracle if we want to clarify anything. So the card representing the divine feminine right now is the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, moving beyond any disappointment of the past. Maybe some forgiveness is there. Maybe releasing some feelings of doubt and becoming more optimistic and hopeful about things and about life. If you have experienced a disappointment, like moving past it, moving beyond it. If sometimes we're just expecting to experience disappointment, and it doesn't happen. We find that things are beginning to get better with the Five of Cups in reverse. So not a bad card for the divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, we have the Empress. We'll talk about things improving for the feminine. This is going to be a time for her of fertility, growth, expansion, abundance, maybe even some opulence, perhaps actual motherhood, parenting, or healing a relationship with her own mother or daughter, or feminine energy in her life, being extremely attractive in all aspects, all the ways you can think about it, in terms of people wanting her to, wanting to her to offer her jobs and credit and love and just whatever you can think of. Just a magnetic being at this time. The Empress represents the planet Venus and the signs of Taurus, Libra, and Gemini, which Venus rules. The masculine as it relates to himself, we have the Empress as well. So he too is feeling expansive, hopeful about life, like he's going to be in a growth spurt, has the ability to manifest, maybe feeling very attractive, maybe feeling very attracted as well to a feminine energy. Could have something to do again with fertility in both the literal sense and the sense of being able to plant some seeds in a metaphoric way. But somebody connected to him could be pregnant or could become pregnant. If they're wanting to become pregnant, this is a good time. And I would say that it's at least the whole 2 week period that the new moon will cover before the next full moon, which is in Libra. Maybe that's why all the Libra energy is showing up, right? The Empress, like I said, it represents the planet Venus in the sign of Libra. Um, the masculines feeling about the union or connection as a whole right now. What is this? It's Judgment in reverse. So he may be feeling a little bit overly judgmental. Now, judgment for me is one of those cards, whether it's upright or it's in reverse, it's still a positive card. But he may be feeling a little bit overly judgmental in terms of the union, and maybe being a little hard on himself, like not knowing how to repair it, wanting to repair it, feeling, like I said, optimistic and hopeful and ready to grow something, but not really knowing how to approach it. Maybe because when last he dealt with the feminine, she was left in this, this disappointed energy, this pessimistic energy, this doubtful energy that nothing's going to happen. Like that song, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel, right? Um, you're a little late. Maybe she feels like I've been waiting all this time. Now you want to show up with your Empress. I'm already torn. I'm already broken. I've already, I don't know how we're gonna move past it. And he's feeling that way too. Like, how do we? Um, he's being overly harsh and judgmental of himself and of her and of the the union as a whole. The thing is, we don't have to figure this out like in our heads in advance, right? If it's something meant by the universe to happen, then it's going to happen as long as we, don't use our free will to prevent it from happening. We don't make a free will choice, a decision for it not to happen. And if we just let go and surrender to and allow it to happen, it will. We don't have to plan, like, what am I going to do? The universe has it figured out. And then, like God, the planets, whatever it is you believe, much smarter than us. Buddha, Jesus, whatever, all much smarter than us. So if they figured it out already, they've got it. Trust them. We can't cling like too tightly to the status quo. We got to be willing to let what's meant to happen happen. Um, There's something else I wanted to tell you about judgment. Well, it means second chances too. So it still means this, like I said, even in reverse, it can be about second chances and being at a crossroads in terms of a relationship and needing to decide, like, what are we going to do? We're going to do this or not. Now, with the energy of the two empresses and with the five of the feminine in the place of the five of cups in reverse, as in ready to make a move, ready to move past, whatever had been holding her back before and any disappointment and any hurt. I think this has the makings of something really awesome. The two empresses are sitting here side by side, um, really doing something to me. Okay. Overall, I just realized I had the decks like out of order. I usually like to use the before the tarot first, right before the other cards, the after the tarot last, and I have them reversed. The magician is this overall energy. So the ability again to manifest whatever it is we need. That song says, what is it? Illusion never changed into something real. So what she had dreamed of in her what she had conceived in her mind in a dream or in a fantasy that she was never able to bring it into her reality. That's not going to be your case, or that doesn't have to be your case, because you have all the resources here available to you to bring about whatever change, whatever newness. The magician traditionally is also a card of soulmates, so we have a lot of that energy around us too. Represents the sign of Gemini. That may be why, again, like why it's showing up, because as I mentioned, Mars, the ruler of Aries, is located in Gemini. This guy's wearing a red coat, so I am getting the fire as well. He's got a sword, he's got a cup, he's got a wand, he's got a pentacle. So any and everything he needs to bring those illusions into his reality. What energy the um masculine would have the feminine contribute to the union or connection if it were up to him? Like what he wants her, what he would want her to bring to the table right now. It is the Seven of Swords. But in this card, you see he's not paying attention to where he's going. And I think that that's what more of the what we're supposed to focus on. Like he's ready to step into a rope and trip and fall. It's like about being um not oblivious to what's going on around you, but again, being vulnerable, being open. And we do notice that he's the two swords are stuck in the ground there, and he's carrying five. So it's like the five swords that would normally represent conflict and confusion and maybe gossip and other hurtful things and overthinking. He's taking those up and he's like walking away with them. And the two that are left behind represent a decision that is going to be made or has been made. So that is specifically what the masculine would have the feminine bring to the union or connection, not the sneaky and perhaps um, untruthful things that are normally associated with the Seven of Swords, but what came through in the imaging, what he himself bringing to the table. What is that? The Ace of Cups. It's the Ace of Cups in reverse, however. So the Ace of Cups in reverse means, I mean, obviously the love is there. There's a fresh start that wants to begin. Um, both parties likely would like to come together and reconcile, but it means that there's something that has to be like there's work that has to be done, that has to be put into this for it to actually be able to come together. We have to take steps. We have to, take some sort of action. Oh, and that's what I meant to tell you guys that I was getting actually in the beginning with that Knight of Swords. I don't remember what deck it was, but when I picked it up, there was also the Two of Pentacles was behind that Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords was saying to me that, and underneath the Queen of Swords was saying to me that maybe somebody had like received word of some sort of decision that was adverse, that was negative, there could be a change in that decision now, like maybe there's an opportunity to revisit, or something of an equivalent that would come in. So whether it has to do, like I said, a job, something like credit, a relationship, whatever, maybe some opportunity was missed, was lost, you received a decision, you didn't hear what you wanted to hear, things didn't work out as you wanted. Knight of Swords in reverse, um, like I said, the Two of Pentacles, the juggle, another one of those fairies. I don't know if you guys saw it. Um, they're like little lightning bugs that come out of nowhere. Um, what was I saying? Oh, Two of Pentacles can be about juggling, or again about a decision that has to be made. Usually an earthly decision, so something having to do with earthly matters, like work, like relationships, like our schedule, giving time to what we feel is important and not giving it to what we don't. So somebody could have received some sort of adverse decision. I say all that to say I was reminded of it by the Ace of Cups in reverse, because again we're going to have to make a decision to give energy to this, whatever this new beginning, this emotional, or what would be an emotionally fulfilling new beginning. If we're gonna have to like invest in it, okay? If we wanted to flip around and become an upright Ace of Cups, what God or the universe would have us both archetypes, masculine and feminine, give to the union or connection or bring to the table, and wants to help us with. All right, the conflict, the things that we've been avoiding talking about, and the need to speak up for ourselves and talk and defend ourselves and defend our relationship and defend our decisions. That's what the universe wants to help us with. Fighting back against all the people and things that have been obstacles for the connection. And what energy we can expect all of this to go into the full moon in Libra with. Five of Wands in reverse. Very nice, because not only in this deck is, I want you to be able to see it. I don't know why they do this. I don't know if you can see it, but they're not fighting in this Five of Wands. As a matter of fact, they look like they're working together, right? Like again, like I mentioned in the beginning, to try to build something. They're all like putting their wands together. So it's already a positive card in this deck, or can be. In reverse, just traditionally, the Five of Wands in reverse, having to do with a relationship or a connection like this, is about needing to discuss things. Like maybe something's been swept under the rug, we haven't given it attention, we haven't addressed it, and it needs to come up. It's gonna come up, right? So if you connect with your love interest, your mate, in any kind of real way over the next 2 weeks, something that you need to discuss that maybe you've been avoiding discussing or dealing with is very likely to come to the surface, and you're going to have to handle it. And it could be a very serious discussion. It could be a debate. It could be an argument for some people, but the relationship will be better for it. So, maybe not as lovey-dovey as we would like, but a positive ending on that first spread. I'm going to take these up and shuffle them now to get to a general spread. I opened here just now in shuffling to the Chariot. And the Chariot, who's driving the Chariot? To me, that looks like the Emperor. The Emperor, of course, in the Tower represents the sign of Aries. And these Sphinx at the bottom actually look to be moving. I know in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, they're like down on their like knuckles, they're like, and they're not going anywhere yet. He's in the Chariot. He has the reins, and they appear to be in motion. So I do think that, again, this is about new beginnings, that the Aries new moon, the sun in Aries, maybe even in terms of healing and relationships and individuals, Chiron, the wounded healer as well, causing movement, positive movement forward um, with this new moon and the other transits. The And it could be literal movement. Somebody could decide to move. What's behind this? It's the Queen of Swords. Now this time she has her sword in her hand. It's up. She still doesn't look ready to fight, but she looks like ready for like some justice and truth and clarity, and if she has to cut off things that aren't working. Behind that is the Six of Wands, also upright. So it's another card of victory. The Chariot itself is a card of victory. The next card is reversed. It's another Two of Wands. This time with two parties, not just the young man, but a female joining him, and it's in reverse. So again, that can be about something unexpected. And if it's going to be about something unexpected in love, it can be because this hermit who has made a wish of his own, wished upon a star, and he has that star lighting his lantern so that he can see any growth, any movement in the object of his wish. In love and relationship, the hermit in traditional tarot, whether he's upright or reversed, is about like an ex or something, like somebody from the past trying to rekindle a relationship. So, in consideration of judgment, judgment can be about second chances. So you're having a second chance to rekindle a relationship, and it's opposite the Hierophant. So this is wanting to have a traditional relationship, whereas maybe you had a situationship in the past, and now like real commitment can be coming for you. Or if you're already in a committed relationship, to get deeper and grow. If you're already dating or whatever it is. High priest, priestess. The Hierophant is actually the high priest. This is the high priestess, and she is now at the bottom of this deck. Behind her is the Nine of Pentacles. The next card is the Lovers. It is again in reverse. This other deck is the Emperor standing up. So again, there's movement. Normally in the traditional tarot, he's seated, and he's seated in that concrete chair, looking very stubborn and immobile, just open to their Three of Swords. You see the swords are not quite piercing the heart. Aim for it, but not piercing it. So we could avoid maybe some pain by taking some sort of action, by ceasing to be stubborn, by getting out of ego and taking some action. The Emperor may help us to avoid some pain. Here's another Chariot. This is in this Chariot. This guy's not yet in the Chariot, right? This Emperor. Speaking of the Emperor, and then now it's opposite the Emperor. He's not yet in his Chariot. He's getting in, and there's the Sphinx that are not moving, that are down, that look like they're not ready to go. So for some of us, we'll have some beginnings of movement, and for some of us, we'll really get going. Okay. Just found a card from the other deck. It is the Empress again. This belongs in the other deck. I'm just going to stick it in the middle. Why can't you see it? There she is. What else did I want to talk to y'all about? So I could be doing that now. Knight of Pentacles now at the bottom of the deck. We've had a lot of this Earth energy. right? 2 pages, the Empress, the 2 Empresses. I just opened that deck to put the Empress that was in the wrong deck away and open to the Queen of Pentacles and laid the Empress on top of her. Here with this Four of Swords, I just open opposite it to the Six of Pentacles. So a relationship could be healing, could have healed from pain, from like a Three of Swords type of situation, maybe because there was imbalance in that relationship, right? There was a lack of feeling of equity and reciprocity in that relationship. And now we have two people here exchanging, right? Because we're both giving and taking. One not just one is giving, not just one is taking. Another Hierophant. And this Hierophant in this deck, to me, is very much representative of Isis. From the blue clothes, which, um, reminds me of Mary, still like her lower version. Mary's often depicted in blue. To the Eye of Horus up there, her son. So the Hierophant opposite the Six of Pentacles, somebody wanting to enter or grow a traditional commitment and have it be more equal, more fair, more balanced between the two parties. Seven of Swords in reverse now at this in this deck with the Four of Wands upright behind it. So we could stop with some lying and deceit, dishonesty, um, maybe even people working against you, some sort of false person, whether it's intentionally or subconsciously working against you and your connection. And into that will allow for this. But again, we're gonna have to take some sort of action and put some sort of investment into it, right? Let's put some sort of work into it for this to happen. That's that Ace of Cups that was in reverse. I didn't use these decks, so I don't have to touch them. Okay. I'm gonna put the Before the Tarot first this time. After. um, so recent past. Feeling left out in the cold. This dog here, and nobody else in the picture, for me is like missing your best friend, and you see that light in there, the pentacles lit up in there. It gives me like an Ace of Pentacles feel, like that's what's on the other end, that's what's on the inside. And I think a lot of the time this could be a person who has a fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, and so to avoid anything like that happening to them, they may have rejected or abandoned or ghosted or um, somehow otherwise mistreated the other person. And so now the other person's gone away, whether because we pushed them away, we told them to get the hell out of here, or, we forced them away by, blocking them out of our energy. And now that person's missing, their best friend, and they're missing this other person. So they're the ones feeling left out in the cold, right? That's the recent past. Near future. Ace of Wands, also in reverse. So got a new beginning wanting to start. Some sort of delay with this particular new beginning, though. Maybe because, like, again, we have to do some sort of work in order to bring it about. Um, Feminine's higher self, 5D. Also, the Ace of Wands. You guys saw me shuffle just now. Upright. I shuffled and I cut into several little piles. It's another Ace of Wands following the other Ace of Wands. So this is in the feminine's higher self. Remember, as above, so below. So that's why it's reversed here, because it's delayed, because it's not in the 3D yet, but it's conceived already. It's in the 5D, at least for the feminine. A new beginning that may be tied to career, right, with work. Some other sort of movement, growth, expansion, moving forward. Travel, literal travel and movement. Fresh start. Masculine's um higher self. The Page of Pentacles. So masculine's higher self is about harvesting, is about something happening maybe with the spring equinox. It's about newness and growth. It's about making an offer. It's about forgiveness, maybe offering an apology to someone. It's about a new job. It's about money coming in, receiving some sort of notice of some sort of abundance that's coming in, some sort of offer. Feminine 3D. So down here, Six of Cups in reverse. And this is what it looks like when it's upright. You see all the cups and the little hearts and her reflection, like she's mirroring, very likely mirroring someone from her past, or they are twins, they're identical, they are the same. Um, but in reverse, it's similar to the other cards that we've seen so far, like the Five of Wands in reverse, that you have to, there's something that has to be addressed, that we continue to sweep under the rug, that we try to leave it unsaid, like in hopes we don't want to ruffle any feathers. We don't want to cause any problems. We don't piss anybody off. But it has to come to a head. It has to be dealt with. Like we can't just keep ignoring it and starting fresh. You know, like when you get ghosted, there's some people that when you get ghosted, when they come back, you, did you see it? I hope you guys got to see it that time. The fairy. Um, he went flew. There's some people that when they ghost you, they come back. They are explaining, I know you probably hate me. This happened, that happened. I want to, tell you what happened. Or I'm sorry, or whatever it is. And there are some people that act like no time has passed, like, oh, what's up? And then they just keep up. I just saw it again. They just keep on carrying on from there. um, those people don't want to ruffle any feathers. They don't want any problems. They just want to be able to start and resume the relationship and not have any trouble, which may work for them and may work for the other person too. It often doesn't work for both because there's going to be somebody who was left without an explanation, left without closure at some point, and feels disposable. You know what I mean? Like I can just be dumped at any time without word. I don't even warrant, a story as to what the hell happened. And so just moving on like that and moving on like that and not addressing it. This Six of Cups in reverse, when it comes up, it says like you have to. If you want to continue in any way with this, you have to. Also, it talks to us about not getting stuck in the past, not like holding grudges. Maybe it's tied to that Judgment card, right? Being again overly judgmental or rushing to judgment about something. Um, what's it called when you're presumptive, right? You just presume something, and that's associated with judgment also. Not to do any of that, and not to like not to be thinking in any way about getting stuck in the past. So not to be holding a grudge from the past. You want to move on, and also not to be saying like, like my best life was in the past, as if we can't make new memories going forward, as long as we're here breathing. So that's the message with that. Masculine's 3D. Is this his energy? Is the King of Wands? It's the King of Wands. Which is like the quintessential divine masculine card of the tarot. Also, of course, representative of the sign of Aries as well as the other fire signs. Leo, Sagittarius. And this is him being really confident and maybe not as full of ego as, say, the emperor himself, right? This king uh, is like down a notch. Maybe not as full of himself, but confident in a healthy way and ready to lead and to protect and to provide. And I posted something like this too, that I was feeling, and I guess it probably was because of the upcoming Aries sun and moon. Um, but I was feeling like I had been pulling the King of Pentacles for months. Did you see it just now? Pulling the King of Pentacles for months. And I just felt like that was going to come to an end soon. Or even if I did, like I was going to also pull the King of Wands, like we just did. I just felt it coming. And I posted about it on Facebook because I felt like the King of Pentacles can be kind of stubborn and just sort of become like consumed with his money and stuff. And if you see him like sitting in the chair, sometimes it looks like he just gets blended into that coat of his, right? That green, with the thing he wears. He looks like he just becomes one big thing with just like a head, head sitting on top of this outfit. Um, because he's like consumed by it. And I felt that that was going away, and we were going to get into a more balanced place with this, and the King of Wands was going to come in, and I'm happy to see him. Heart of the matter. What's the heart of the matter? The Four of Pentacles, and you see, there's three people kneeling before the king here, and they're making him an offer. So it's like the Three of Pentacles too. The Three of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles. And this Three of Pentacles is about collaboration and wanting to work together on with something. I also see forgiveness in this picture and wanting to hold on to something that's important and to, continue to improve it and make it better and maybe maybe start fresh in some areas and aspects. Love specifically. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody having made a decision to make time for a relationship and or maybe to stop juggling between their relationships and something else, or more than one relationship, more than one person. A decision has been made. Maybe let's pull one of these for that. We have false person that fell out. I think the false person's being cut off based on, remember before, the Seven of Swords in reverse. So I think that's what the decision was here. False person cut off. Um, the energy with which we are going into the next moon phase in a general sense. And it's the Page of Wands. So again, that offer, new opportunity, perhaps travel, things happening with our work, um, good things, offers coming in terms of work, maybe even travel connected to work, new opportunities in love, growth, expansion, and maybe finishing something from your past. So this could also be connected to that Six of Cups, something that you started in your past, whether it's a relationship or some project, some idea, you started something and you didn't finish it. You get an opportunity, maybe a second chance, think about judgment again, to finish that thing now. If not within the next 2 weeks, very, very soon. Maybe you'll think about it, remember it, over the next 2 weeks and begin to put things in motion to um, complete it. You know, if not for maybe just for yourself, you want to say, I started this, I want to finish it. I'm seeing somebody put something together, even not like a puzzle, but something else. And maybe you did start some sort of invention that you were working on, or maybe it is something like a puzzle, or I was seeing something like metal and stuff. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope you find it helpful. And I hope that these good things come out in your life over the next 2 weeks. I do want to pull a couple of advice cards, though. So we have one from here. It is wealthy man. So this is like a King of Pentacles type coming your way. Could be you, right? Becoming the wealthy man, having some sort of sudden struggle luck. If not, it can be an energy around you, or it can be an actual person that affords you some sort of growth, assistance, help in your manifestations. Could be offers of credit, could be offers of new job, could be offers of promotion, could be offers again for somebody to provide and protect and all that. At the bottom of the deck, we do have house. So it could be commitment, somebody wanting to, you know, move in with you, give you a house, you know, raise a family with you. We have journey. Could be moved to a new house. Something involving the main male, the divine masculine. Maybe getting a message from him that something that was in the way maybe has ended. Clearing the pathway for family room, which is a card of happiness and growth. And here we do see the feminine receiving that message of concern, and it leads to great fortune. I mean, I can go on and on. These cards are very positive. The next one is mature male. And from the Twin Flame Oracle, two fell out. The bottom of the deck, we now have split energy. Options, unfocused, multitasking, decide what you really want. So it sounds very much like that Two of Pentacles. Big goals, some more like Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles kind of energy. Right, these look like material goals, career, business, success, claim your place in the world, and ascend. So here's the growth and expansion as well that we've been seeing. As a matter of fact, they use that word. That's the first word. Expansion, evolution, universal intelligence. Stay connected to spirit. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and again, that you find it helpful. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it. Namaste.